I would like to talk about I Know a Man, and that's what Lainey suggested.
All right.
I know a man. As I said to my friend, because I am always talking, John I said, which was not his name, the darkness surrounds us. What can we do against it, or else shall we? And why not buy a goddamn big car? Drive, he said, for Christ's sake, look out where you're going.
That's the laughter at Harvard. How many of you in this room met Robert Creeley in person? Yeah. He was a Writers' House Fellow, magnificent. All right, everybody who has the poem nearby, who has memorized it, we're going to do Creeley doing this poem. We're going to do the Creeley, okay? So you have to say, buy a goddamn big car. He has that kind of Western New York. Is he from Western New York? No, Massachusetts. He's from Massachusetts. All right, here we go. Ready? As I said to my friend, because I am always talking, John I said, which was not his name. The darkness surrounds us. What can we do against it? Or else shall we? And why not buy a goddamn big car? Drive, he said. For Christ's sake, look out where you're going. And Sophia, in order to preserve her voice, did not recite with us. So, Sophia will be first, followed by J.S. and Beverly. Okay, we got it. Sophia, J.S., Beverly, any thoughts? Sophia.
I like this this like bifurcation of kind of masculine trope. I feel like this stereotype of men not asking for directions and just kind of going for it, not knowing where they're going. But then John, who's not John, the friend, is like, pay attention, you have to do it right. And I like this like
two kinds of masculinity.
Yeah,
in the
I
car
like the tension
once.
of it. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. That's great. Okay, J.S., what are your thoughts on Creeley?
Yeah, I guess one of the surprising things about hearing the recording is how present the line breaks are, or, the darkness surrounds us. You really hear the line breaks. And I guess I'm just kind of reflecting on the way you don't hear the abbreviations of the words, for instance, said. And yeah, just with that, I don't know. Again, with this poem and it's sort of ambling, talking to oneself, and also a sort of dialogue where the other person is and isn't present. I'm just struck by what we actually hear when we hear this poem and the way that it's transcribed versus performed.
Wonderful. Beverly, I want to ask also Irene and Kate to add thoughts on this after Beverly. Oh, we need the mic. Who's got the mic? Sharon's got the mic.
Yeah, I really enjoy the dislocations in this, and particularly the way it was read and performed by him, and the spaces between that, and the way that leaves sort of differences in meanings and interpretation.
Wonderful. Okay, Irene and then Kate. Irene, what do you think? You need the mic.
Maybe. Yeah, I was thinking about the sound of this poem because we have like all these beat poems, like more canonical poems that sort of bring us, and the movement is there. It's also in the sound. It's these long sentences, and then we had incident, which is like the movement, as you were saying, is like these flashes. It's more like cut in flashes and pictures. And here there's something about already the lines and the way Creeley reads it, that even if it's cutting every time, but still we get in the flow, and I don't know, I think it's very interesting.
Fantastic. That was great. So we're going to go to Kate, and then I have an idea for a next thing, and then we're going to turn it to Lainey for a next thing. So, Kate, what do you think about Creeley?
Well, this is one of my favorite poems. And since it's located in Beat Week, I'll say that one thing that interests me about it is how it's working both with and against the beat ethos as articulated by Kerouac. It has a formal precision and torque that, you know, it's difficult to achieve, but it's also a call for this forward motion and kind of rushing onward philosophy.
That's great. In a word, Lainey, your reading of this poem is sincere. That is, you're reading it sincerely, but you think Creeley is being sincere.
I think what's sincere is what can we do against the darkness? That question. And we don't know. So, I mean, the poem definitely navigates. There's humor. There's death. I saw on the chat somebody said, I think this ends in a car crash. Let me see who that was who just said that, if I can find it, or someone else can shout it out. Someone else can shout it out. People are talking. Anyway, that question, you know, about what do we do against it? And all of our attempts are kind of futile, and that is distressing and also maybe funny and disorienting. I mean, there's a lot of, one of the things I love about Creeley so much is that there's so much emotion registered in such a short space, and it's never over sentimentalized.